Hello everyone and welcome to a special bonus episode of the Insatiable Gamer podcast. We're here basically just to round out the rest of E3 for you guys and wrap up day 3 and 4. Although day 4 seems to only have just been Nintendo. I don't know.
Yeah. Nintendo's too good to be involved with anybody else.
Yeah.
As a point of interest,
First of all, hey guys, hang on. First of all, we have with us Ken, Michael, Ross, and Robbie. There. All right, continue.
Okay. Just as a point of interest, if you're watching this on YouTube currently, I've got some gameplay of Dying Light playing. And yeah, so I'm playing it during the podcast. It's not synced up. Don't worry about it.
Is that why we can all hear your big fat fingers tapping away at the keyboard?
Listen, Michael, you better restrain yourself or I'm going to bloody come down to Wellington and I'm going to hit you.
I don't want any more fat shaming on this podcast. Ross already ticked that off last week with my wife.
Sorry, Ross.
All right, so let's start with some day 3 stuff, just because that's kind of probably right where we left off with the last podcast. Did we talk too much about Square Enix? I feel like we covered a couple of the topics there, but maybe missed a few.
We covered a couple, but we missed just the little things, I think.
Yeah. Did we didn't talk about the Final Fantasy VII remake though?
No, we did not.
Yeah, but see, they kind of say that every year. Has anyone noticed that? Or is that just me?
Yeah, it's because it's the shittiest game, but everyone somehow likes it.
Hey,
it's the one where that chick gets stabbed.
Well, they made the best PSP game of all time, the Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. That thing was a banger. And that kind of made me want to play Final Fantasy VII, and then when I actually played Final Fantasy VII, I'm like, this is kind of average. But
hey guys, remember Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit, and that's going to be a thing. The other thing they're doing is a couple of Marvel games as well. So we're getting the Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy they're working on.
Made by Square.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
I really like Square Enix. They make good games. But
big declaration from Robbie coming out.
I do. No, I actually do. They're great, and they're usually PlayStation exclusives. So I feel like I have to I'm a PlayStation boy, so I got to support my boys.
See, I really hate this whole. I hate this idea of people doing exclusive games. It's literally like, hey, unless you have the console we like, you're not good enough to be in our fan base.
Yeah. Have you noticed? Did you notice though? Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, just you talk about exclusives, but like fucking PC ports for Yakuza games. I'm like, ooh. Finally.
Did you guys know? Did you notice during the last couple of years we started to see the exclusives dropping off as well? Everything was. Yeah, but
I don't know if you guys remember, but last year Microsoft said we're not going to focus on exclusives anymore, and then this year they were like, oh, never mind, we did really well in the last quarter, so we're going to double down on everything Microsoft.
Yeah, it's such a load of shit. The last few years we've been really, really good as far as simultaneous release, except PC usually gets things a wee bit later, and I'm okay with that.
Earlier.
Sometimes earlier, yeah, true. Like Divinity and stuff like that. PC got that first, but
they got that like a year.
I know. But we saw that's kind of drop off, but now it's just come back with a vengeance, even with PS4 only titles and shit like that.
I think part of that I think comes down to the fact is I think game companies looking at consoles. We were looking at our last generation or second to last generation, and then for some reason, it just went in the complete opposite direction when all these, the PS4 Pro, the Xbox One X came out, and everyone's like, yeah, console master race. Oh yeah, I like controllers. Oh my god.
I think it's because what they started to do is they started to say oh well, we're more powerful, and then when because Xbox has always been behind when it comes to power, they're never really stronger.
Hey. The original Xbox was more powerful than the PS2, plus
it was.
had better networking, and was the first to have full online access.
It was
Come
the
on,
first.
Ross.
It was the first to run an actual Linux kernel. Oh, I'm gonna eat my
Okay,
words on that.
all
actually.
All right, nerds. Anyway, as I was saying, for the Xbox 360, and when the PS4 came out, it was way more powerful, and when the Xbox One came out, it was also way more powerful. So it's kind of like what's now happening is now that they have a stronger console, I can't really blame them for being like, yeah, we're going to double down on exclusives because, you know,
I think
gotta.
I think we've got to take, while we're talking about powerful consoles, let's have a look at Nintendo, who didn't even fucking bother to compete. They were just like, look, let's bring out a portable console that's aimed at portability, but not let players play on 4G.
Wait, what? You can't play on 4G?
No, bro.
What? Oh, he was me about to go and buy a Switch. Now I'm not.
No, buy a Switch. It's great. I want to play Smash with someone when it comes out.
Nah, so now what? You mean I have to carry my phone around me, which I do anyway, and hotspot it?
Yeah.
That's so convenient, actually. That's totally fine.
Yeah,
I can't
it's
understand
fine.
like
It doesn't make
what
a
the problem
difference.
is.
Hey, well, Robbie, some of us don't have smartphones, okay?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Are you still
I'm
running your
using
flip?
my flip-top Motorola X2 300.
I was going to say the Razer, boy. Yeah.
Well, join the future, mate.
You want to hear about that cool Razer phone? Nah, I'm the OG Razer phone.
Can we talk about the the Nintendo Switch release as well?
Yeah, let's do that.
Wait. Before we do that, this was day 3 and day 4 E3 roundup. Why don't we talk about what studios actually presented and then just do it in a logical order?
Okay, how about Ubisoft next? Because we've done Square Enix. How about Ubi?
All right, Ken, have you seen anything about Ubisoft? Why are you saying Ubisoft? It's
Because
Ubisoft.
it's supposed to be pronounced Ubi.
Yeah,
Nah,
but it
it's
sounds
Ubi.
ooh.
This is like the GIF argument where everyone says it the wrong way. It's fine. It doesn't matter as long as you're consistent. It's fine.
I like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but they do the freaking like eras of history I don't care about, or at least don't want to see an Assassin's Creed game about. You know?
I feel like everyone's like, oh yeah, I can't wait until they do World War II. But I feel like if they do World War II, they're kind of like, you can't do much interpretation or anything really like fun with that. I think you'd get trapped into it.
Here's the thing.
At the end of the day,
now hear me out.
yeah,
I
okay. You go
I want
first.
I want an Assassin's Creed game based in the Vietnam War.
Oh, that's never gonna happen.
That would. So
That
okay.
would be so cool though, because it's like more stealth based than like World War II.
Yeah, but everybody
just-
knows that America tries to pretend that they withdrew from that war, and so if they made the game, it'd have to be historically accurate. So they'd have to show the Vietnamese people absolutely just murdering Americans, and then the Americans being so scared, and also committing huge acts of just genocide, rape, murder. But
yeah.
and imagine, so it'd be like two sides of the coin. Like on one side, we'd want to see all the actual stuff. On the other side, America would ban the game.
I feel like it would be better suited to a Battlefield game, kind of like a Battlefield Vietnam, because that's kind of what people want from that.
Well, I mean, there's already been games based in Vietnam, and because I remember playing them when I was younger, and it was like, get the Viet Cong, and it was just like, what does that mean, Mum?
I also want to put to bed, just real quick, so Ubisoft is a French company, and in France it's pronounced Ubisoft. Around the rest of the world they call it Ubisoft, but it is a French company.
You can do this on your own boozy linguistics podcast, but until then I want to talk about video games, and I want to talk specifically about Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because I reviewed the Assassin's Creed Origins and all the DLCs, and I played the Discovery mode to learn because I'm a fucking nerd.
I'm still wanting to play that as well. I haven't got around to it.
It's good, but anyway, this looks like more of the same and a bit of something different. What they're mostly doing is they're doing divergent divergent dialogue options. I don't know if that'll have any effect on the actual game. I can probably guarantee it won't.
Yeah.
You'll get the same outcome regardless, but you come to it in a different way. A bit like Fallout. It's yes, sarcastic yes, no, sarcastic no.
Yeah, where it basically just boosts certain stats towards your charisma or something like that.
Yeah, I bet that'll be what it is. But they also, the setting will be really, really interesting because it's based in the Peloponnesian War, which is the war between Athens and Sparta.
Stop.
No, it's cool because it's based between the two biggest powers of the time.
Everybody stopped listening when Ross said Peloponnesian. Like that's a real word, Ross.
It is a real word.
What's next? Rome?
You got me there. I'll tell you what, it's a good thing that Romulus's brother Remus didn't come to power, otherwise Rome would have been called Reem.
Remus is such a funny word.
I wish it was 7:30 so I could be gone.
Oh, God.
Anyway, Assassin's Creed Odyssey looks really, really interesting, but it'll be weird to see if it actually works. I kind of have a suspicion that this game is going to get panned for just doing the exact same that Odyssey did and not really improving or offering much different. So it'll be interesting to see.
I think now I'm saying Ubisoft. I think Ubisoft's problem is that they're so stuck into this let's make Assassin's Creed games. Imagine how cool a game they could have made if they'd just been like, let's make a game about Spartans, or let's go make a game about pirates, like they're doing now. And it's just like, but no, let's fucking bore everyone by making it about assassins, making up all this.
Hey, how dare you? Assassin's Creed Origins was fantastic.
Yeah, but Ross, you were like 2 years old when the actual good Assassin's Creed games came out.
I wasn't. I was like 13.
Yeah, well, 13 might as well be.
Excuse me, it was R13 when it originally came out, and I played those games. They came out.
Let's move on to a couple of games that Michael might actually be excited for. Okay, so Division 2, does that spin your wheels?
No.
All right. What about Beyond Good and Evil 2? No. Okay. Well, it's basically space. It's like weird animal hybrids and humans in space. And it looks weird. It's a game. Don't worry.
You'll have to remember that Michael is ancient. So what if I said Resident Evil 2 remake?
Oh my god. I'm so excited for that.
I told you he's old. It's not. I have to say, what's really interesting is it's not actually a remake. They've marketed it as a rebuild because they've taken the base game and they've rebuilt everything off of it. So they've redone the graphics and everything like that. So
what you've got to love about the Resident Evil team is they were finally sick of making absolutely rubbish sequels, and they said, look, what game was successful? Number 2. Oh my god, let's remake it.
They kind of I think all of them are very aware that no one gives a shit about like massive hulked up Chris punching a rock or something. Although Matt says that Resident Evil 7 was good. So
number 7.
Yeah, the new one that came out.
Here's the thing.
I
think they're getting back into their roots mostly, and they're realizing maybe we should make these games scary again.
Yeah,
Resident Evil 7 was pretty scary.
Resident Evil 7 was super scary, but like
in a different way than the original Resident Evils.
What one was the one that was like culturally inappropriate? Was that number 4?
5.
All of them.
Fuck.
Okay. It was like 4 and 5 because like
it was like set in Africa, and it was just these big black monsters. It was awful.
Oh my god!
And you were the only two. You were the only 2 non-black characters in the whole game, and you were just killing everything.
Excuse me.
Talk about like a white savior complex in video games.
Excuse me. Albert Wesker was there too.
Okay, 3. Sorry, you got me.
So one more from Ubi that Michael's gonna love. Just Dance 2019.
Oh, bro, I'm so pumped!
I actually know you will be.
It.
I know you will be.
No, like I'm not even taking the piss.
I know.
Just Dance 2018 was my game of the year last year.
I know.
Also, another game from Ubisoft that you might be excited for are the Trials game, the new Trials game that's coming out.
Yes, very excited for that as well. I don't know if you guys have played the one that came out years ago, but they actually released a DLC, and you can ride like unicorns and stuff instead of motorbikes.
Is it Trials? Is it Trials Fusion? No, Fusion was one of the most recent ones.
Yeah, that's the one, and it's got a DLC where you can ride unicorns and cats and stuff instead of motorbikes.
Yeah, it was pretty. It got pretty nutty at the end there.
Yeah, no, I loved it.
Yeah, those games are always really good though. those Trials games. They're always super fun and super like energetic and interesting.
Ken, are you pumped? Are you pumped for any games that came out that Ubisoft's bringing out?
No, he's dead.
No, I can't say I'm terribly excited for any Ubisoft games at the moment.
What about
I really
Just
like
Dance?
Ubisoft. Yeah, what about Just Dance?
Apparently not. You spent so much time trash talking them.
Yeah, but it's me, Ross.
I
That's
gotta
how
cut. I
compensate.
gotta cut all of that out because Ubisoft really like us. So we're not bad mouthing Ubisoft.
They like me because I give their games good reviews, even though some of them aren't very good. Oh no, that's not fair. I panned the Rogue remaster.
I was gonna say, Ross, don't make it sound like we give out reviews because people pay us, because nobody would pay us to do anything.
No one pays us for anything. We're very poor.
I'll
That's why
pay
you should give us money on Patreon, baby.
Yep, boy. So if we wanna move on from Ubi,
We got him, boys.
Strikes again.
Converted.
let's talk about
Peer
Sony
pressure
for a little
work.
bit. We can talk about Sony for a wee bit because Sony did some stuff as well this E3. They had some gear.
Can I? There's something that I really want to talk about before we
Yeah, sure.
go any. So during the E3 press conference, there's got their new game coming out, and it's made by the same people that made like Little Big Planet and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they used it to make the cutscenes for between their games. So between the showcases, they used this game to make cutscenes.
That's cool.
for their
What was that
presentation.
called?
It was awesome. Dreams, something like
Dreams. I
Something like
missed that.
that. We haven't written any Sony press releases because Sony haven't sent any to us. So
Oh.
thanks, Sony.
Sony, come on. I thought you liked
Big middle
us.
finger.
Hey, don't do that. We're gonna.
And obviously Spider-Man as well.
That
oh my
was my
God.
next one. Yeah.
When
When was the last time we had a Spider-Man game?
Spider-Man on the PS2 was the last good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man on the PS2 was the last good one. 2012, you had Amazing Spider-Man 2, I think.
Because like the original one on PlayStation is the only one I remember. So that kind of says something for the 2012 one.
Yeah. The 2012 one was okay. It was just marred by the fact that it wasn't really based on swinging. It was more like there was like this interesting mode where you could go into Spidey vision and it would like show you all the ways to go that would allow you to get there like super fast, but then you didn't do it.
Oh.
You're bloody like you'd do it and then all you'd do is you'd watch Spider-Man like zip around and get there real quick, and it was super weird and disorienting. Like it felt like a last minute addition to the game. Like they were like, oh, the swinging in this game isn't very satisfying. We've got to suddenly like figure out how we're going to make this interesting.
That's
my only memory of playing Spider-Man games is I was at somebody's house. I don't remember who. I don't remember anything. And it was this tiny little 4 television with a PS2 hooked up to it, with a PS2 with no memory cards, and the Spider-Man disc was scratched. But it was just such a good game. I like soldiered through playing it, even though it would skip like every couple minutes.
Those Spider-Man games, man, were like amazing. You could
childhood, and I played Ultimate Spider-Man.
If you put your name in as Peter in Spider-Man 2, you got 35% of the way through the game.
actually.
Wait, what?
Yeah, if you entered your name for your save as Peter, like you had to name your save, you could start the game 35% of the way through.
That's
like the plot and everything.
That's out of it. So it was just like you skip half the game. Well, 35% of the game.
Yeah, but the first 35% of the game was like take Mary Jane on a on a thrill ride, and the thrill ride was like swing as low as you can. It was super weird and kind of didn't make any sense.
Yeah, swing around in New York traffic.
That sounds dumb.
Man, I love Ken's accent.
Yeah, it's very soothing.
Michael loves foreigners.
Okay, so for me, the most notable game coming out of Sony, from E3 at least, The Last of Us 2.
Oh yeah, how did we not bring that up like immediately?
Yeah, well,
Because
I was sitting on it. Wait, what?
Last of Us is way overhyped.
Bro, I hate you.
How bloody dare you? It's got everything you need.
It's called having taste.
Nah, it's called not having a
That's
heart.
not true. Just Dance 2018 was your favorite game.
Yeah, because I've got taste. I like to shake my booty.
That's
Shake it.
You may like to shake your booty, but that does not necessarily mean you have taste. If anything, it means you probably don't.
Hey, my girlfriend's a law student and she's beautiful, so therefore good taste.
That has nothing to do with games, and I am outraged.
Besides talking about you punching, let's move on
That
to
was so cruel.
Resident Evil 2. Is anyone hyped about that at least?
We've already talked about it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, shit.
we did this out of order.
Guys, I'm scrolling
Robbie's
through a list
going
here.
through a list.
I'm going through a list. I've been uncovered. I'm
Sorry, Ken,
also
what was that?
How about that Death Stranding, my dudes?
yeah. How about that?
How about I still don't know what this game is about.
No one does. It's
Yeah.
so weird.
It looks real pretty.
I think
Oh.
there's people working
On a follow-up to the last podcast as well, we talked about the Cyberpunk 2077 game, and
I'm
all of
hyped.
us had no idea what it actually was. And it looks like it's a first-person shooter RPG set in a cyberpunk universe.
I'm so keen on it.
It looks.
Apparently, you can eat dead cats in Fallout 76 as well. So who's more
Yeah.
excited?
Well, I don't know. The Cyberpunk 2077 is actually speaking to me on a super emotional level. Like it gives me the same sort of feels like any Mass Effect trailer gave me, where I'm just like, I'm real hyped. I real want to play it. It's gonna be sort of an adventure RPG and probably quite linear by the looks of things.
I honestly think it was Mass Effect that ruined hype for games for me. I remember lining up the Mass Effect 3, taking it home, playing it, loving it.
Same.
I got to the ending and I was like,
Nah,
and that's when I stopped playing video games and just started shitting on them online.
unpopular opinion wise, I actually think the fitting was very Mass Effect-esque. It fits
So
the
bad.
story. Nah, it fits
But
the story.
It just didn't make sense.
It made perfect sense.
Are we really going to argue about this here and now?
Yeah. No, we're not.
Oh,
Um,
no.
This is time for a chat for a later time. We have
let's have a
Destiny
Mass Effect podcast.
Destiny 2 Forsaken trailer as well got dropped, and that was a thing.
Meh.
So
I don't know if anyone talked about this yet, but didn't From Software announce a new game?
Yeah, it's called like The Shadow You Knew or something, and it's like a Neo-esque sort of fighting style game, where you have like a zombie arm and you hit things, and it seems very From Software.
Wow, is it amazing? I don't know what it is, but I'm excited. I don't know what to expect.
I feel like that's the common theme for this E3 is I don't know what it is, but I'm excited for it regardless.
Like,
All right, team. My half an hour up.
all right. Well, I think we're about to lose Michael, and that's fine because we've just enough time to talk about Nintendo for another 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly talk about Nintendo real quick before I go. Dragon Ball Fighter C coming to Nintendo Switch. How exciting is that?
That's pretty exciting.
That's awesome. That makes
that's
me almost
pretty
want to buy it.
Oh,
God. Oh, God.
Also coming to Switch is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and in a move of horrific cruelty, it says everyone's here, and not everyone's there because my boy Waluigi has been excluded again. Again.
Just before I leave, nobody likes Waluigi. Peace.
No, everyone likes Waluigi. He's the best character.
I know your agony because I'm a huge fan of Knuckles the Echidna, and I've been wanting him in fucking a Smash game for a while. And just when Smash Bros. Ultimate gets announced, you're like, oh yeah, he's an assist trophy now.
I don't like that. I don't like this
that
game.
either. I just feel, at least it's not the slap to the face the freaking me character costumes were.
They've got multiple different me characters in this game. That's so weird.
Like, wait a minute, because like a lot of people ask for a King K. Rool. We get a King K. Rool costume.
Oh no.
You know, that just.
that's all you need.
Why does Nintendo hate all of us? they don't include Waluigi. They don't include Knuckles.
I love how they've got a Ratchet though. Like,
Oh, but
like-
Snake's back. Like David Hayter's Snake.
Yeah, David Hayter's doing the voice for the original Snake is doing the voice for Snake in this upcoming Smash Bros game, which
That's
is
cool.
pretty dope. Considering he doesn't like do this anymore, now he's like, yeah, I guess I'll do it.
I'll do it one last time.
It proves that if you have enough money, David Hayter will turn up and do anything you want him to do.
The other thing that you've got coming, like announced at E3, was Divinity Original Sin 2 is coming to PS4 and Xbox as well. So finally, we have a date for it as well. It'll be August 31st. There's a PR up on the site you can check out about it.
Cheeky plug.
Cheeky old plug. We've also got coming to Nintendo Switch the Hyper Sports R as well. That looks kind of fun, like a real, like, I don't know, the little sports games are kind of cute on the mobile platform, so that's sort of like a part of a swing to me. I like those games. They're just time wasters and I love it. But what else? Anything else coming to Switch other than everything? Because everything comes to Switch.
Fortnite.
Is Fortnite actually coming to Switch?
Yeah, Fortnite's coming to Switch. It was announced.
Oh shit. That's
yeah.
I don't know how I feel actually. To be fair, I feel happier about that than I do them making a mobile game.
It's next tier meme.
Like it makes way more sense to me. Although it also now doesn't make sense having to hotspot your phone if you're playing Fortnite because that just adds extra latency.
Yeah, I expect most people will be playing Fortnite in their house.
Yeah.
So they're not going to have to worry about it.
Very good point.
Like, people tend not to play games like Fortnite on the go, just because it's like a whole thing.
A little intensive.
Yeah, and also it's like annoying.
Ross, most people aren't me, so. Yeah.
No.
So
it'll be interesting to see if sorry to interrupt, but it'll be
okay.
interesting to see if your Fortnite like save data from PC or Xbox or whatever carries over. I
Probably
expect it
not.
will, but
I don't think it will. Like the mobile stuff doesn't really carry over apart from like your skins and shit.
but it crossplays. You can crossplay.
I'm totally bullshitting. I knew nothing. Okay,
called you.
cool. So it does. You've called me out.
No.
So it probably will. Confirmed. Ross has confirmed it will. All of your data on your Switch will carry over from the PC.
Oh no! Please
Perfect.
don't hold me to this.
Nope, this is happening. It's fine.
No.
So I think that basically rounds out what we have for E3. It's actually been quite a big E3 this year. Like, there's a heap of games that I'm pretty hyped for. Although, in saying that, like, what I was excited about was kind of something I didn't even know about. It's genuinely going to be Cyberpunk 2077 is what I'm looking forward to most out of this E3.
Yeah.
What about you?
I agree. I think probably Cyberpunk 77 or the new Spider-Man are for me because those games look incredible.
Yeah. Also,
What about you,
the more I look into the Fallout Vault 76, the more I'm into that as well. Like, I thought it was just going to be kind of a tragic MMO, but
I'm the exact opposite. The more I look into it, the less I want to play it.
oh, real? Okay.
Yeah. There's 24 people per server.
Yeah. That's not many.
It's still like, it still seems like it's uncomfortable.
Okay. Well, that's fair. It depends how big the map is.
Apparently it's 4 times the size of Fallout 4, but Fallout 4 also had like an entire section that was in a radiated wasteland that had nothing in it.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if anything actually happens in it, or if it is just like another shit MMO that no one plays.
Do you reckon that was just laziness, where they're like, "All right, we need to wrap this area of the map up with some nice, pretty textures," and then they're just like, "Nah, radiate it."
No, the whole point of it was so that they could show you how the suits like are used, because the suits, when you're inside the big suit, you don't get radiation poison.
Yeah.
And there's a section where they're like, you need to go and visit Dave. He's at the farthest point in the thing, and then it's like you can use a suit, or you can use a bunch of Radaway and anti-rad tablets. You choose, and it's like, well, obviously you're going to use the suit, aren't you? You bloody dick.
I'll always use the suit.
Yeah, always wrap up, double wrap it before you pack it.
And on that note,
Okay.
I think we have reached our quota for Robbie being able to edit this podcast.
Okay, well, that's good.
And so, with that, we thank you very much for listening. We urge you to go and check out our website, theinsatiablegamer.com. Check us out on Facebook. There's giveaways at the moment. We have just finished our giveaway for State of Decay 2, but there will be more this week, so make sure to stay tuned. Should check out the Insatiable Filmer. You should check out that Facebook page and that website and all that stuff. And Ross, you do the rest of the outro because I'm drawing a blank.
Make sure to like us on Facebook and check out our Patreon. We've got a bunch of exclusive podcast stuff where we record before the podcast and everything, so you can hear us banter, and we also record after. You also can get some cool prizes. We've got a store. Make sure you like our. You can pick up some shirts with either the logo or our beautiful reviewer Matthew's face on it.
It's gorgeous.
And, yeah, I've got one, and they're really comfortable. You can also buy like hoodies and stuff. It's real good. Also, we've got Twitter for both the Insatiable Gamer and the Insatiable Filmer. We've got another podcast for the Insatiable Filmer where we talk about movies and everything.
Those Twitters are going off at the moment. Maybe it's because we give away games on it.
Yes, check that out. We've got giveaways. We've got it's a whole thing. It's real good. But yeah, hopefully, if you're watching this or listening to it on YouTube or whatever, you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.
And if you're listening to this in the morning, have a good day at work. We support you. No one else does, but we support you.
I don't support you. Have a bad day.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Goodbye.